The chat's enabled, so if you feel like you are more comfortable putting comments in there, then feel free to do that. If you want to unmute yourself and say something, then that's fine while we're going through our material for today. I really just want to talk about the class today and like what we'll be doing and some basics like that. So if while we're doing that you have questions, then it's okay with me if you unmute yourself, but I know that that's kind of awkward and weird for some people. I don't know. Anyway, let me start with, are you all in the Google Classroom? Can you all see that? Why don't you, let me get off of this screen and go to, in the Google Classroom, I sent out a weekly planner. We're gonna start there today. So it should be on the main page here. I also put it, I don't know, you can see my screen, right? I also put it in the classwork tab. So there'll be weekly plans here for each week so that you'll know, exactly what has to be accomplished that week. All right, let me close the chat because it's distracting me. All right. So if you open that weekly plan in either place, you will see something like this. Yes. Let me get my little Zoom thing back up here. I need to be able to. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of this like teacher looking at the screen trying to make sure that they're doing the right thing. Okay, y'all can see my screen, right? Yes? No, you can't see my screen? Oh, what are you looking at? Just me? Try this. Oh, okay. I practiced. You can tell, right? Well, if you are new to class with me, then I would like to welcome you. My name is Mrs. Ramos, but most people in this class had me for class last year, so I think it's going to be a little more comfortable and easy to get started. You don't have to, learn about all my quirky things and my pet peeves because you already know all that stuff. There is a document that I'm going to make every week while we're doing this online situation. And I know that that's going to go until at least the end of September. After that, we'll see if we're going to have, the capability to do hybrid, which is where you can come to campus if you want. But I feel like we're probably going to be working through this method the rest of the year because people can opt to do the online all year if they want to. So I think we're going to kind of, just try to get everybody organized. And so the way I thought would be best would be like a weekly page where everything that we need to do is on that page. And so one of the things that I made up here is the Monday agenda. We're going to be meeting every Monday at this time. So I just thought, well, every Monday I'll make a list of the things that we're going to talk about during our synchronous time. Synchronous is a new word that we're all, an asynchronous, right? Last night I was falling asleep and Mr. Ramos wanted to know if I was synchronous or asynchronous. In other words, was I awake or was I asleep? So we're really using the terms. So I've already welcomed you. I do have a few announcements that I would like to share with you. Let me see, on this tab right here. There are a few things that are coming from the school district. That is not right, hold on. That I just wanted to share with you in case they apply to you, your family, that kind of thing. If you don't already follow the school district on Twitter, you probably should. They're doing a lot of communication that way. Same thing with East. So I try to retweet things also. My Twitter is at Mrs. Ramos AP. I retweet a lot of scholarship stuff too, but we'll talk about that later. So one of the things that the district wants us to share with you is that there is a parent helpline. So if you have younger brothers and sisters, or somebody needs some help with their technology or needs some sort of support for all this back to school learning, there is on the WISD webpage a helpline that people can call, and that will give them, you know, whatever support they need for the class period, for at-home learning, all of that good stuff. So we don't want to leave anybody out on that. Another communication that we have from the district, or really from the campus, is about logging into Google Classroom. But it seems like everybody was able to log into Google Classroom, and besides, how would I get this message to you if you weren't able to log into Google Classroom? So I don't know. If you know somebody who is having trouble logging into Google Classroom, then this is the fix. They tweeted this yesterday on the school website, and I'm just sharing it here for anybody that you know might be having trouble. They changed everybody's password, which is super convenient for the beginning of school year. And so they're just sending out some instructions in case you're having trouble. There's something with a P and then your student ID, that kind of thing. I don't want to spend too much time on that because y'all are in here. The last thing is meals. There is online grab and go meal availability at schools. So if you, your family, some younger brothers and sisters, whoever needs to pick up food, they do have that going on, and there's some information. This is also from the Twitter, the district Twitter. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention just in case, you know, there's a situation where any of those things could help you or someone that you know. So let's go back to this week's plan. And I want to talk a little bit about the course, the schedule that we have set up. We're going to do a little bit of an activity, and I'm going to go through the tasks for this week. And then, I don't know, I've been finishing early. Mr. Ramos says that's bad. He says I'm supposed to go the whole time because he goes over, and I'm like, I've pretty much finished everything I needed to talk about this time. Anyway, I want to go through those things. So let's start with the schedule. You should be able to click on these things if you want to go through them with me, or if you want to save anything. I sent this out, I think toward the end of last week. I made a schedule. The one they sent out wasn't super clear to me, and I had to make one so that I would understand how we're going to be set up with our time frames. So do you want me to go through this a little bit and kind of explain what the different times are for, or did somebody already do that for you? Put it in the chat, or give me a thumbs up if you want me to go through it, or yeah, unmute yourself. Yes? You can nod. Marlene, I can't, she's saying something, but she's muted. Let me just go through it briefly, and if you have questions, you can put them in the chat and I'll answer them. All right, so you already know that Mondays and Tuesdays are synchronous days. If you're taking another dual class this term, then you already know this because you started last week. But Mondays and Tuesdays are what they're calling synchronous days. That means that you need to sign on and join your teacher live in, you know, the Zoom Meet environment. I put on my schedule, I put that in yellow because I didn't want to forget to show up. If you're the teacher, you kind of, you know, should be there. So I put that in yellow for myself, and the asynchronous time. So what they're trying to do is set it up so that you actually go to class, and then there's like a 15-minute interval before you go to your next class, and that sort of thing throughout Monday for A days and Tuesdays for B days. That is not going to rotate. So every Monday will always be A when we're working on this schedule, and every Tuesday will always be B while we're working on this schedule. Then they set it up, they shortened the class period so that at the end of the day, there can be this 2:45 until 4 o'clock teacher support, and that's in there every day of the week. We are already, all the teachers, we've been in training for 3 weeks. So we know it all right now. I'm like, it's just a joke. We don't really know it all, but at least they talk to us about stuff. So we're all expecting that during that time, we're available to touch base with you. So if there's an assignment that you're not sure about, like that moment in class where you would raise your hand and get clarification, if you don't feel like doing that in the Zoom meeting, then that 2:45 to 4 o'clock time is time for you to communicate with your instructor. Now, last week in my dual classes, I opened up this other Zoom meeting like for office hours, and I was just sort of sitting there working, waiting for people to come in and ask questions. And guess what happened? How many people do you think showed up to my Zoom meeting at 2:45 to 4 o'clock? 0 people showed up. Maybe it's because everything was so clear in all my instructions, or maybe it's because it's the beginning of the year and everybody's all like, shy. But I'm thinking that what I'll do is I will use my Google Voice. So if you were in my class last year, you already have my Google Voice number. If you weren't in my class last year, then I'll go ahead and post that for you a little bit later on. And you can just send me a message and say, hey, I have a question about whatever it is I'm working on. And either we can communicate texting, or if I need to jump on and see your paper and talk about it or whatever, then we can get into my Zoom office hours. That seems more efficient to me. So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, every day from 2:45 until 4, all the teachers are just sitting there like tech support. We've got our headsets on. Well, I have my super cool AirPods on because I'm one of the cool kids. But everybody's sitting there and we're like waiting to help kids. So, you can utilize that time. It's not bothering us because we have to be on the clock until 4 o'clock. So we're all just sort of waiting for you to show up. So if you do have questions, you can take advantage of that. Okay, then B is the same time frames, except you do your B-day schedule on Tuesdays. Questions about synchronous? Okay, Wednesday and Thursday are asynchronous days. That means you're working on your own. So I think what's basically happening is that everybody is setting up the week so that students can't, like on Monday and Tuesday, they're going over the stuff for the week, they're explaining the lessons and the assignments, answering questions, and then Wednesday and Thursday you have to work on your own. They did set it up so that if you want to get up at 8 in the morning and start working on your 1A material at 8 o'clock and actually put yourself through a schedule, then your teacher's going to be available for you for between the last half an hour of class. Same thing on the asynchronous B days. Personally, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think most students are going to wake up at 8 and say, oh, it's time for me to start my asynchronous learning. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I don't think that's going to happen. I think people are going to use their time throughout the day that suits their purposes. So in any case, we are available for the last half an hour of each asynchronous day on both A and B. And then notice that there's still that teacher support in the afternoon. So, if you're working on something on a project and you're not sure about something, message, and then I'll tell you, oh, let's, talk about it now, or can you come back at 2:45? I'm, in a meeting with whoever or whatever. So this is pretty much all blocked off for you, like your work time as you see fit. Now, Fridays are a completely different thing. Fridays are alternating. So this is an A week. That means that we have class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if that makes sense to you. Next week will be a B week. So the teacher can decide for each class period whether they want to have a synchronous class period or an asynchronous class period on that week. That's a little confusing. But basically, if there's material that didn't get covered over here in the synchronous day, they might say, okay, you have to show up on Friday. Or what might happen is, there might be maybe like a tutorial or a time for, maybe they're going to go over something more in depth. And if you need that, it's available. And if you don't need that, it's not. But each instructor can set that up the way that they want to. So questions on the schedule? Anything that doesn't make sense? I know it's a little complicated, but I do think that it's a good idea. It's a good idea to have a balance between time that you have to work on your own stuff and time that you're here and you get the support from your instructors and that kind of thing. So it's kind of good that there's a good balance on that. I do think that when we go to hybrid, this is going to change. So whether that's at the end of September, or the school district does have the option to extend it another 4 weeks to the end of October. I don't know if that's going to happen. I haven't heard anything, no rumors. But as long as we're on full virtual learning, this is the schedule, if that makes sense. All right, let me check the chat and see if there's any comments in there. Mr. Ramos is trying to take a picture of me. Why are you doing that? Stalker. Laura's having a hard time joining the Zoom. Okay. Well, we'll see. I'm recording it, so you can tell her that she can watch the video later. I'll put the link up in the classroom, so that way if she needs it, she can. Why are you doing that? Okay. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. So the next topic is overview of the course. So if you click on that, I have a little PowerPoint. I'm using slideshows a lot, I think. I'm not going to go over the syllabus today. One of the assignments is for you to look at the syllabus over the next week or so. I did make a video tour of the syllabus because I'm fancy like that. So you can look through the syllabus on your own and watch the video. It's like 8 minutes or 9 minutes or something like that, where I'll walk you through the key stuff. I didn't want to take time away from today for that. So let's talk about independent study. If you were in my dual class last year, if you were in my AP class last year, this is a totally different scenario. Same person, different course altogether. So I want to kind of talk about that to make sure that if you have any questions, I know that maybe some people might be in this class because they definitely knew what this class was about and wanted to take it. I know some people might be in the class because their counselor suggested it, but it might be kind of like, I'm not really sure what's happening in this class. So I do want to go through a couple of things about the class just so that, if you can make sure you're in a good place for yourself. The first one is that this is a weighted course. This course is weighted like a pre-AP class. So that means it is not a free time class. It is not a blow-off class. It is a class with expectations. And those of you who know me, you know that I always have expectations. This is a class that is for seniors who have already finished English 4. So probably you already meet these requirements, but our main goal is to prepare for testing or retesting for college applications, working on college applications, scholarships, preparing for, the college applications, the essays that go with that. Also sort of doing some research, keeping our skills going for advanced reading and writing so that we're ready for college. All of that is what this class is going to support. There are 4 areas that we'll be working on. I'm not going to read all this to you. I know you know how to read, plus it's in the syllabus. But there are 4 main things that we will be working on and juggling all the time. One is test prep. If you're applying to college, then you know that you are going to have to, okay. A lot of the students are saying like, good morning, have a good first day back. Okay, whoa, okay, too much information. All right, so a lot of people are looking at certain colleges, they're looking at certain programs within colleges that they want to apply to. And a lot of times that is determined by your ACT score, your SAT score. So if you need a 27 on your ACT and you tested a 23, what do you need to do before November when you retest to get yourself to that score? I'm here to help you do that. I'm going to make you do that because you need like the taskmaster, scary mom person that's checking up on you. I'm that person. So wait, there's a chat. On our transcript, it will say pre-AP. No, it will not say pre-AP. It's wait for the GPA for your ranking. So this is an elective class. So what you, other electives don't necessarily carry pre-AP weight, and this one does. So when they go to figure out your rank, they're going to be adding that 0.1 to your average for your GPA for ranking. Okay, so I'm here to help you with test prep. I'm also going to help you through the college admissions process and scholarship applications. That happens more in the spring, but I'm going to make sure that you do your essays. I'm going to make sure that they are excellent. I'm going to make sure that you have all your applications done on time. All that stuff is going to happen in this class. So for a grade, you're going to have to do all that. So for people who are like, I don't know how I'm going to get all this senior stuff done. Well, guess what? It's going to happen in this class because I'm going to schedule it and you're going to have it done ahead of time and it will be excellent. So aren't you glad you took this class now? College reading, writing, and vocabulary study. We'll be reading articles, things like that. We'll be doing research and reading things online. So we'll keep up with our vocabulary and our reading and writing so that we don't lapse and, go back to writing like you know, third graders when we go to college. That wouldn't happen, but you know. And then there's a personal focus area. So every 6 weeks we'll have a deep dive topic. And in that deep dive topic, you'll have an opportunity to choose some aspect of that topic. They're really broad topics. Like our first one is education reform. So you'll do a little bit of research. This week I have you exploring a little bit on that topic, and then you'll find something that is, you know, of value and of interest to you. And I'll walk you through the process for proposing a research project on your specific element of that topic. You will decide your due dates. You will decide your type of project that you're going to be doing. Maybe you want to write a paper, maybe you don't want to write a paper. You'll be deciding how it's going to be graded, and you and I will decide on the grade together of your final project. Oh, okay, all right. So I'll walk you through that whole process. I want to put more of it into your hands and more of the decision making into your hands. So those are the 4 basic elements of this course. If you don't need any of these 4 things, this class is probably not for you, because that's how we're going to be spending our time. Free 100, Zeke. I can boot you out of this meeting. I just want you to know. Comments like that, this guy. Just back, no hi miss, I missed you. I'm so glad to be in your class again. None of that, just free 100. Got my eye on you again. Okay, the next thing is, okay, that just goes through the details. So any questions about the course, basically what we're gonna be doing in this class? If there's any questions, you can either unmute yourself or you can put them in the chat. No? Okay, I think I put that one on there twice for some unknown reason. Okay, so the course is organized. If we were meeting at school, it would be mainly a work period most days. So you'd be working on your test prep, or you'd be working on your applications, or you'd be working on your independent topic. Then I'm there to facilitate that. We will be having a lot of one-on-one meetings. Why? Because not everybody's in the same spot in their ACT testing. Not everybody's in the same spot with who they want to apply to for their college applications. Not everybody's in the same spot in their research. So you can think that at least every 6 weeks, you and I will be having a one-on-one conversation about where you are on those things. So the organization of the course is basically set up so that you are always working on those elements that were on that chart, and I'm checking in with you to see how you're doing with them, how I can support you, and we'll be putting deadlines in on things. So if you know that you're retesting ACT in November, then I'm going to put you on a study plan, because if you know that you need to raise your ACT score by 4 points, I'm going to help you figure out how you need to do that. What kind of studying do you need to do so that it can get there? Does that make sense? It's not glamorous to study for the ACT. It just isn't. But I don't want you to miss an opportunity for a program that you want to do because you missed your cutoff score by 1 point on the ACT. That would be totally awful. So I want to make sure that we're there. So the organization of the course is pretty loose. I'm going to give you some tasks for the week, and then probably in about 3 weeks, I'll start meeting with you individually to see where you are on those different elements. All right, I want to take a break now and do a life updates activity with you. So if you could click on this 2A right here, it's going to take us to a Padlet. Most of you I already know, but things have changed a little bit since the last time we were in each other's space. So I would like to know how you're doing. And those of you who I don't know from a previous class, I would like to learn a little bit about you. So we have this Padlet space that we're going to use today. The directions are here in yellow. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to work on your own little tile. But here's what I want you to put on your tile. I want you to put 4 things. 1 quarantine survival tip. 1 current obsession, keep it clean. 1 important item you own. And 1 future goal. You can see I did an example over here. So I put my quarantine survival tip is have a daily routine. Otherwise, I ended up on the couch all day long during quarantine. And it was 7 o'clock and I said, that day just went by. Current obsession, making cobbler. I put a picture in here for you. You can add images too. Is it making you hungry? I got really good at cobbler over the break. Was it a break? I don't think it was a break. Lockdown, quarantine. I didn't have a break all summer, but okay. Important item, my mom's wedding ring. I put a picture of it there. And future goal, retire from high school and teach college online. So why don't you take a few minutes. The way that you do it is just down here, there'll be a plus, you can click on it, and then you can add in whatever you want. If you want to edit it like that, you can put in other details. Let me show you. With these 3 little dots, you can change the color of the background. You can, you know, do all kinds of stuff there. You can also upload pictures. When you're in this mode, there'll be a little upload icon. This one right here, let me show you. There's a little upload icon. You can put a link if you prefer. Maybe your obsession is some song and you want to put the link to that song there. You can do that. So people are already putting them on there. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Miss, how do you put our names?
Oh, your name should come up there automatically if you're logged into Google, but if not, you can just put it in your space right here. Like, let me see. When you start a new one, you can just, oh, okay. You can just put it in the first line here. So say I'm starting a new one. Where we go? If I'm starting a new one, there's another, where's the one I just started? Yeah, like Carolyn is right here. Just put your name in that first thing. Why are you all anonymous? It's very sinister. I don't know, give you a few minutes to work on that. We'll share a little bit. You might have to move yours around so that they're not overlapping. You can go to the bottom. Umbrella Academy, love it. Sam, who's your favorite character on Umbrella Academy? Klaus, me too. Mr. Ramos and I just started watching Killing Eve. I don't know if y'all have seen that one. It's a little bit bloody. Just a little bit. Check up on your friends. That's a good one. It's so easy to just get, you know, sort of wrapped up in yourself and like your own situation. Elian, sleep as much as possible. Yeah. Do you guys ever get to the point where you can't sleep anymore, or is that just an old person thing? Like I go to bed and it's like, I don't think I did that much to tire myself out. Is it just me? Might be just me. Get out of bed and do something, Kaylee. What Kaylee gets out of bed and does is TikToks. I'm on TikTok, by the way. I have a 12-year-old niece, so I have to be on Snapchat because we do Snap Stories. Not Snap Stories, Snap Streaks, Snap Streaks. And TikTok's just, I don't know. She watches all my videos, but she doesn't really make any, my niece. Kaylee likes to do the dancing TikToks. You should check her out. She's really good. Your puppy. We have to move this stuff around a little bit. Y'all need to like drag your stuff down so that they're not on top of each other. Netflix. How much longer do y'all think we're gonna be in quarantine, lockdown? Don't go out. Breathe fake air. I don't know. Let's try to keep it positive. Mario Kart. That's a video game, I know. Y'all can put in pictures and you can put in emojis. I definitely have to see puppy pictures. Is a must. Sports commentator, interesting. Oh, I have a cuckoo clock. As if I wasn't weird enough. Laura, you made it in, yay. Did Zeke ever figure out how to get to the, go follow my, see, Kaylee put her thing on there, awesome. Mine, I think it's Ramos for the win. Ramos for the win. My cat has a TikTok too. If you're in my class last year, you know that he's way more famous than me. He's got like one video that's got 25,000 views. I don't know. TikTok doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not supposed to, I don't think. Laura made it. Everybody made it.
It's not letting me enter the link.
Why?
I don't know.
What does it say?
Nothing. It just keeps highlighting it. Like it's not letting me click on it at all.
Well, try going back to this thing. Do you have this one up from the classroom?
That's what I'm trying to activate it from.
Right here?
Yeah, it's not letting me click it.
Try, it won't let you click from the chat? I put it in the chat too.
Oh, let me try.
Yeah, try that. Where'd the Padlet go? There it is. Oh, Laura, that's a good one. Talk to loved ones daily. Especially people who, like, you know, older people who you can't really go visit them. I didn't get to go visit my parents because of COVID this summer. Wanted to. All right, let's see. Polymer clay. Wow, really? I wonder if you make jewelry. I've seen people who make really awesome like jewelry with polymer clay. What's the name of that? Let's see. Manga collection. Texas A&M. You're probably in trouble with all those Texas A&M people, Mona, if you don't put a picture of like the Texas A&M logo or something on there. Play some video games with the homies. Okay. Oh, how many times do people put that their most important item is their phone? It's sort of like the umbilical cord to life right now. Oh, Criminal Minds. Dun, dun, dun. Chocolate strawberries. Oh, Sydney, that's right. I remember that you do a lot of sketching and stuff. How many sketchbooks do you have? Huh. Maybe, Zeke, maybe it's blocking. Do you have like a pop-up blocker or something on? I don't know. More than 10 sketchbooks? Wow. Let me see if I can send you an invite to this, Zeke, like through your email or something. Might be able to do that. Let's see. Let's just share it on Google Classroom and maybe it will pop up there and we can see. Okay, oh no, that is not it. That is it. Choose action. All right, I'm putting it in the classroom. See if you can try that, Zeke. It's probably just the link isn't working. How sad. Let me see what you're gonna put. If yours is on top of somebody else's, then just drag it down to the bottom so that they can all be separate and we can all see. Oh, my McCombs. You know who's at McCombs is Joel Ramos.
Yeah, I've been texting him.
Yeah, I'm sure he can give you a lot of insights during the year on what he did to get in and all that. We have to tap into our grads. Yeah, we have to tap into our grads to get help. Support systems. Roxana, I'm waiting for that puppy picture. Roxana, gotta have it. Puppy picture didn't happen. I'm moving you around. Since y'all aren't doing it, I'm just gonna be controlling. You can move it this way too, by the way. It slides to the right. Eloina, find a new hobby. I think a lot of people are playing video games. What's the big one? What's that one that came out that's like make your own island thing? What's that called? Anybody, what's that one called? Uh-oh. I haven't played it, but I know that there's a game where you make your own island. You can invite people to your island. I love that image, Jennifer. It's called something cute. Animal Crossing, yeah. I don't really know about it because I play old lady games. I play Words with Friends with like I have 2 students on there that were my very first class 28 years ago. They're like 42 years old now. What else do I play? I play the thing where you plant crops. I don't like games that move around a lot because I feel like I'm moving y'all because they're blocking each other. They give me anxiety, those games where everything's moving around too fast. I know that's an old person thing to say. It's okay. Get a job, right? Matthew, what job did you get? Did you get a job or is that just your advice?
I got a job
Really? Where are you working?
at the outlets.
Ah, yeah. Was it busy this summer or was it kind of dead? I'm thinking people stayed home.
No, it was pretty busy, even though it was no virus going around.
Mm. Did you have to kick anybody out because of their lack of wearing a mask or anything? Anything dramatic?
I was stuck on the moon.
No. And I saw some videos like that. People refusing to wear masks in stores and stuff. Oh, Roxana put the puppy. I see it. Oh, Sherry. She looks so happy. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that a Cocker Spaniel? Is she a Cocker Spaniel?
She's a Springer Spaniel.
Springer Spaniel. Oh, she looks fluffy. She looks so sweet. I love her freckles. Mm. Aw. Leticia. Baking cookies and watching Netflix. Do you know what? I got a recipe. We're not running out of time, are we? No. I got a recipe for these cookies that when you buy them at the bakery in New York, they're $80 a dozen. I kid you not. I'm gonna put them on my probably my Snapchat. I made them and they're good, but I don't know how good an $80 dozen of cookies has to be. All right, take maybe another 5 more minutes to finish up your tile there. Nick's important item is his baseball glove. Do you only have one? Or you have like a favorite one, Nick? Like the best one?
Oh, I have two, but like, yeah, I just have one. That's my favorite.
The best. The one that you won the championship with, right? Call of Duty. Yes, I'm still in class. I mean, I tiptoe around when you're having class, and here you are just running around into my class, taking pictures of me. I'm watching them post on here. It's super cool. Oh, Layla put herself in a picture with, who is that? Is that the guy from Criminal Minds? Veterinary, yeah. Giovanna, you know what? That's the best school for veterinary medicine, what they say. All right, let's slide to the side over here. Elizabeth, a historian. Oh, you know what? I can see you working like at the Smithsonian or something, Elizabeth, working in, you know, like some field in the Smithsonian and taking care of all the artifacts. Let's see, Stephen. I'm guessing that the link still isn't working for Zeke and Matthew. Oh, Zeke says, did mine post? Let me see. Yeah, it's here at the bottom, Zeke. Oh, is that your puppy? That your puppy's got bling. So did that link work, the one on the classroom, for some reason better than the other one? Matthew's on here too now. There it is. Okay. I guess everybody got in then. Okay, good. All right, take a couple minutes and finish your tile. If you're finished with your tile, then why don't you go around and read some of the other ones, and you know, you can heart like them here. You can put a comment if you want. I'm gonna go around and like them. You can like mine too if you want cobbler. I can't give you cobbler until we get back to school, but planning ahead. That is blackberry, raspberry, blueberry cobbler. I also made a strawberry, raspberry, blueberry one. You can make all kinds. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. Is that a cat skydiving? Oh my gosh. We lost somebody. Hold on, I was liking everybody. There we go. Andrew, okay. A lot of moving parts with this online school. Take attendance by 10:30. All these things. Okay. TikTok and cooking. Yeah, read through some of the ones that other people have done. Give them a little like, make a comment, make a connection. Graduate college, of course. UH, did you commit? Oh, 2 of them. Don't quarantine with your sister. Really, Marilyn? You guys are in the same class this year. That's going to be interesting.
She put make time for yourself away from your siblings.
And you're like, no thanks. If you have something in common with somebody, then put a little comment. Talk to loved ones. I like that. Link. Top 10. Oh, Jennifer also has Umbrella Academy. Who's your favorite character, Jennifer? We just finished watching season 2.
I just finished season 1 like last night at 3 in the morning. But my favorite ones are Klaus and number 5.
Yeah. Well, they're totally opposite, but I think those are good choices. Klaus is my favorite. He's so you know, out there. All right, go ahead and finish up the one that you're, you know, whatever you're looking at there. We're gonna wrap it up today by talking about what I want you to work on this week. I'm gonna switch back over to that mode. I'm gonna go back through and make some comments on your tiles later today. But it helps me also, I get some good ideas for how I can help you plan for your future goals. Unless your future goal was, you know, sleep more or something like that, and you have to do that on your own. All right, If you're finishing up with your tile, that's okay. I want to go through the tasks for this week, which are right here in the middle of the plan sheet. The one thing I want to practice with you before we sign off today is formative. So we have to take attendance every day and not just with Zoom. So I want to show you how to do formatives, which is like the official attendance. So even on days that we aren't meeting, on Wednesday, you have to remember to go sign in. So if you have a planner, if you have an online calendar, on Wednesday and Friday, you have to sign in. We have to be able to tell the state of Texas, who gives us millions of dollars, and the federal government, who gives us millions of dollars, that our students are actually engaged in learning, and we have to be able to prove that. So the way that I'm going to do it is with the different teachers will do it different ways, and it'll take a while for you to kind of like figure out who's doing it which way. The way I'm doing it is with a question on formative each day. So if you go to formative, there's a code. It's right here. J2Z. I'll put it in the chat. 1 second. Let me highlight that. I'll put it over here. I'll put it in the chat. And each one of those days at 8 in the morning, I will put up a question for you to answer. And that's sort of like you saying, I'm here, I'm engaged in the class, I'm, you know, I'm doing my assignments. I'm gonna put the code in the chat so you can copy paste it if you want. So if you look at the formative for today, you will see, I don't know, I have the teacher interface, but it will look something like this. Today's Monday. So at 8 in the morning, a question will post, and you have until 11:55 that night to answer the question. And then I will take attendance from that. If you don't do the formative, I'm required to mark you absent. So maybe for this week, I'll send you a little, like, y'all get updates and stuff from Google Classroom. Is it too much stuff in Google Classroom, or do you want me to just do a reminder? Or can you remember on your own? I don't know. I don't want to bombard you with too many things in Classroom. But anyway, here's the one for today, because our first topic for our deep dive is about school, education reform. So the question is, what would you like for schools to be like by the time your children attend them? So just do a couple sentences in there and you can submit it. And I'll go through, I'm going to comment on them, but it's mainly just so that I can prove that you were present, even on asynchronous days. So on Wednesday, same thing. A question will pop up at 8 in the morning. You can go to formative, you can answer the question, submit, and I'll count you present for that day. And then also on Friday. So any A day, there's gonna be a formative for you to do, whether we're live like this or not. You don't have to do it at a certain time of the day, but it will close at 11:55 at night. It doesn't count for attendance if it's after that. So it's closed. If you forget, you can email me, and the next day I can go and correct that, but it's really hard to do in the computer the way they have things, because a lot of the office workers are at home too. So I just need you to go in. There are always going to be questions about what we're studying, what we're working on, things that will help you with the activities that we're doing in class. So this is today's topic. There's another one on Wednesday and another one on Friday. Any questions about formative? Sometimes there might be a video I want you to watch and respond to. I try to keep them short, a few minutes, that kind of thing.
Miss,
Sometimes there
can
might
we
be a
see?
poll.
I can't see the question like on the thing.
I'm trying to think how the student one looks. Do you have like a date where it says Monday the 31st?
Yes.
On your screen? Okay, just click on that and the question should come up.
Well, I have that, but it just wants a response. It doesn't have the actual question on there.
It's not at the top? Oh, I see. I see what happened. Okay, let me fix it. I put it in the wrong space. Okay.
Got it.
Is it showing up now? Okay. That was my fault. Okay. Quick fix. All right, so you can either work on that right now or you can do it for later. But as long as you get it done by 11:55 tonight, then I'll go ahead and mark you present. The last thing I want to do is go through our plan for the week, which is here on our sheet. Formative is there. There is a syllabus for the course. I'm not going to take time today. I already explained that to you that I'm not going to go through that today. But I did make a video tour of the syllabus. Probably our next class meeting, I'll ask you if there are any questions about the syllabus, if there's anything you want me to talk about. But I think I talked about the main things today because people always, the first thing they do is wonder, you know, what's the class going to be about? How's it going to work? So there's like a 8 or 9 minute video where I walk you through the syllabus. So make sure that you get to that before our next class meeting. I also want you to set up a Google Calendar. It's going to be a requirement for this class to have a Google Calendar, and you will share your link to your calendar, and there are certain items I want you to keep updated in that calendar so that I can look and see. Maybe you're taking the ACT in November. Maybe you're not. Everybody's in a different place with that stuff. So I want you to keep organized with some basic things. And if you click right there, you'll see that I made a little tutorial for you on how to set up your Google Calendar. So if you click on this link right here, you will get a tutorial that will walk you through how to set it up, etc. If you have questions, remember I'm here from the 2:45 until 4 every day. Another thing I want you to do this week is begin exploring our first deep dive topic, which is education reform. Remember I said that you'll be proposing a project that you want to work on that has to do with education reform. So you need to sort of look into what are some things that need to be reformed? What are some things that are issues? And everybody's going to have a different, you know, focus on education reform. But there are some things that I want you to look at as a class. You know, all of you have some experience looking at that. And so you'll see that I have another tutorial for that right here. So I'm trying to make slideshows for all the things that you need to do. And then if you click through that, you'll see I put in slides that will be explaining things and videos that you need to watch and things like that. So the way I got that was with this link right here. So these are the things I want you to do this week before we meet next time. Now, next week, I don't know if you know, but Monday is a no school day. So we are not having a synchronous meeting on Monday because it's a staff development day. So our next meeting, I'll always at the bottom of the sheet here put next time we're meeting. Probably be good to get a calendar or some kind of organizer going. I like Google Calendar. You're going to have it going already for this class, and just put in all of your meeting times. So normally we would meet on Monday, but next week there's no school on Monday. So our next class meeting will be next Wednesday. At the bottom down here, I put my Google Voice number. Feel free to text me. If you were in my class, in my dual class last year, then I already have you saved as a contact in there. But if you were not in my dual class and you message me, the first time you message me, put who it is, you know, what class it is. And otherwise I'm gonna be like, you know, who is it? Or you can email me also. I'm pretty responsive with email and getting back to people on that stuff. So formatives each A day. Orient yourself with the syllabus. Set up your Google Calendar and start exploring education reform. There are a few videos and some websites I want you to look at. You'll make some notes too. The PowerPoint will kind of walk you through that. Are there any questions? I want to take another tour through the grid to see everybody. Oh, I miss you all. I miss everybody. I don't know how to go through. Do you slide it? How do I see everybody? I don't know how.
There should be an arrow that you press to see everyone.
Oh, there it is. Good. Oh, I wish we were having class. Now I'm homesick for my classroom with y'all in it. We'll get there, right? We'll get there. It'll happen. All right, that's pretty much all I have for today. Do you have any questions on the assignments or anything that you need for this week? Remember that every single day you have the opportunity to touch base with me in case you want to sit and talk about, you know, something that you might be concerned about, or if you're not sure how to do something. Right, Jennifer, you're right. Our next class is not until the 16th because next Monday's no school. But after that, we'll be meeting every Monday. But I didn't want to let it go 2 weeks without touching base with you. I didn't want to just pop out another form and say, do all these things without going over it with you. So we'll do that on Wednesday, the 16th for next week. I'll probably send this out on Google Classroom a little bit earlier, probably on Monday, and then we can talk about it on Wednesday. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, well, you can type in the chat or unmute yourself if you have a question or anything else that you want me to talk about before I end the meeting. I want to end on time today. There's another thing in the chat. Oh, Mrs. Torres is saying good morning to everybody. Hi, Mrs. Torres. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Ramos, I absolutely understand what you mean. Just seeing them on the screen makes me miss them so much.
You know, I gotta say, I didn't have that feeling in the staff meetings, unfortunately, but I do with the students.
Of course, of course. I had a chance to walk the hallways this morning, everyone, and I really missed you. It was not the same to be on my duty station without anybody to say good morning to, or to stop in the hallways and say, hey, that's too short, or, you know, just the usual administrator things that we do.
Yeah. Well, we're just wrapping up, so we appreciate you dropping in.
Yes, I love the setup. I love the independent study student planner. What do y'all think about it? Isn't it great? Chat responses? Oh, there's 28 participants.
Everybody's here.
That's wonderful. Do y'all like the planner? I love it. Yes? Okay, I see some
they're
nods.
nodding. They're nodding.
Yeah, I see the nodding.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut the meeting off. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, if you want me to spend some time with you in the afternoon time or anything like that. I'm glad to do that. Or if you run into trouble, if you start working through these tasks and you run into trouble, just let me know. I'm here for you. All right, everybody, take care. Good to see you.
Bye.